Hi there, I'm Tomoko, a D1 commentator, here to teach you all about D1. I'll get things started then. Before you hit the Grand Prix, you need to learn the basics. So listen up, I'm going to teach you what you need to know about drifting. So what's this drifting all about? When taking a corner in a normal race, the idea generally is to turn the corner without making the tires slip. This is called gripping. Drifting is the opposite of this. You actually make your rear tires slip on purpose. This requires techniques that you don't use in normal driving, so you'd better listen carefully. It's tough to do it right, but performing a cool drift is the most exhilarating experience ever. Use the X button to accelerate, the left analog stick to turn the steering wheel, and the L1 button to pull the handbrake. Those are the three basic controls. Use them to keep your tail sliding and to perform the perfect drift. And before I forget, all the cars in this game are tuned specifically for drifting, actually making driving straight difficult in some of them. We'll carry on teaching you more techniques and rules, so pay close attention, and then get some practice in on the track. Okay, let's start off with a really easy practice run. I want you to get used to driving a drift car on an actual race course. Just take it easy and you'll do fine. All you have to do is play it cool and make it to the goal. But leaving the course is a no-no, so be careful. Okay, now go ahead and give it a try for yourself. Good luck! You passed! Good job! This next practice run isn't such a big deal either, so don't worry, okay? This time you're going to practice controlling the car's speed. If you try to just blaze through the corners with the pedal to the metal, you'll end up flying off the course. Looks pretty lame, right? Before entering the corner, you have to decrease your speed and maintain just the right speed through the corner. Just like that. Once you've got this down, you'll have already perfected the ABCs of drifting. Okay, stick with it and good luck mastering the art of truly sweet-looking drifts. You passed! Good job! Let's start with using the left analog stick to turn the steering wheel. After you've built up enough speed, push the left analog stick in the direction of the corner. Your car will turn and your tail will start to slide. Once you start sliding, push the left analog stick in the opposite direction to maintain the drift and prevent your car from spinning out. When coming out of the corner, gradually return the left analog stick to the center and press the X button to accelerate. That's how to use the left analog stick. I know, it's hard to follow, so let's try it out on a test run. You passed! Good job! Next, I'll explain how to use the accelerator. It's the X button. Just so you know, in this game you will be driving manual transmission cars. First, release the X button prior to entering the corner. Once you have pushed the left analog stick and changed the direction of your car, quickly get back on the X button. Your tail will slide out and you'll go into a drift. However, you still need to use the X button during the drift. Once you get into the drift, simply holding the X button down will eventually make you spin out. So right before you feel like your car is just about to spin, use the left analog stick and maintain the drift by pumping the accelerator with the X button. If you can do this, you've got the basics down, so practice it until you master it. You passed! Good job! Time to talk about the emergency handbrake, the L1 button. Regular brakes are not used much when drifting. Instead, you need to master the control of the emergency handbrake. First, push the left analog stick into the corner. Once the car turns, keep the left analog stick pushed over and press the L1 button. Using the L1 button when entering the corner will give you an immediate angle. Once you've got a good angle, release the L1 button and press the X button to maintain the drift. But that's not all. You can also use the L1 button to angle your car well before entering the corner. This technique is called a long slide. Try it when you want to take a corner at a high speed. If you can do all this, then you can tackle any corner. Why don't you give it a try? Oh, pull the e-brake. You passed. Good job.